Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent, and today we're getting started on my first playthrough, on the channel at least, of the Scarlet Keys. I played through this campaign twice, I've routed this one out pretty carefully. We'll be seeing these 8 scenarios in this order. If I messed up the routing at all and you run out of time, then On Thin Ice will get skipped. But hopefully I didn't. We have a couple other story things we're doing along the way, we'll get to those as we get to this. I've done all the setup for Riddles and Rain, that includes marking one time off, and since we trust Agent Flint, we took out a tablet, or took out a cultist rather, and added a tablet. As you can see, we're playing Charlie, Kane, and Zoey. Charlie's gonna be our dedicated cluever. And I'll go through the decks real quick on ArkhamDB because it's just easier to show you that way. But as you can see, we've already taken in the thick of it on both of these characters and down the rabbit hole on Zoey. On Charlie, we've taken 1-1 trauma just to split it evenly to be as safe as possible. And on Zoey, we just took 2 meat damage because, I mean, she's at 9 meat. That's just the logical thing to do. And the way I track traumas is always just by having little damage tokens next to my health as permanent features of the map to remind me. First, coming over to my Charlie Kane deck, I feel like this is almost a bog standard cluever Charlie for Scenario 1. Obviously, in the thick of it, to buy Summon Hound and Chance Encounter might be a little bit off. This is a combo that's very strong, and I feel like Charlie Kane with his terrible stat line really benefits from a couple of strong combos that other characters don't get to use as easily. Because on most characters where you look at Chance Encounter, Summon Hound, you're also looking at a million other ways of playing the game, but Charlie Kane has 1s as a stat line, so base 5 Lightning Bolt Investigates are a lot better on him than they are on anyone else. It's worth going through the trouble of trying to get the dog in play without getting the weakness in play by using Chance Encounter. Other than that, it's just like the Seeker Survivor package you would expect for a Clue Finder. We had take cards as part of our economy package for now, because on Charlie Kane, these may as well just be emergency caches that draw 2 cards instead of getting the 3rd resource. And then for our initial allies, we have art students and medical students. These are just here to go into play, do something valuable, and then die to the Mythos deck. You just need some allies that aren't valuable, and art student and medical student keeping you alive, getting clues, have good on-entry effects, and very low play cost. Then we picked up Leo DeLuca, give us an extra action, exhaust for 2 book, seems helpful. Milan, you know why Milan's insane, and Bonnie. And as we level up and get experience in this Charlie deck, we'll be going over to this. We'll be getting a second Summon Hound, a second Chance Encounter. We're going to use Abigail Foreman in combination with an Encyclopedia to get our stat line fixed. And we're going to be using the Raven Quill to make sure we find that Encyclopedia, and when we use it, ready another asset. That can be anything. It can ready Bonnie Walsh and give us a whole lot more activates of Charlie's ability, or it can just ready a Hound and give us another Investigate at 5 base. Those are the 2 main combos the deck is built around, and beyond that, we're doing normal, broken, yellow-red cluever stuff. Seeker Survivor is one of the best card pools in the game. Pretty much anything Seeker is one of the best card pools in the game, because the 2 I think actually compete with it are Mystic Seeker and Rogue Seeker. But this is a very, very strong card pool for finding clues. It has a very good practice, makes perfect with Unrelenting. It has Deep Knowledge, Crack the Case for Economy, a Chance Encounter, not a Chance Encounter, at a Crossroads for even more draw. This is just red Deep Knowledge, basically. And the deck's whole thing is just draw your cards, get this combo online as fast as possible. And then because these combos are so broken, giving you so many free actions, hopefully from there, we can very easily make up for all the lost tempo we had during the setup phase. Before I go over to my Zoey deck, I would like to thank Andrew here for reminding me that maybe I should not be boring as hell and run Cyclopean Hammer on Zoey. Like, there is a new 2-handed melee weapon in town. You could test that. So coming over to Zoey, you can see I'm starting with Runic Axe, and while I was changing the deck around to start with Runic Axe, I realized Zoey can run down the rabbit hole, and the only card that gets replaced in this whole deck and not upgraded is the Refine for the Runic Axe. So over the course of an 8-scenario campaign, this is just 13 free experience. Probably want to run that. It's not quite 13 free experience. I do have Charisma and Stick to the Plan. So 11 free experience. But still, that's really, really good. And this is a pretty straightforward deck. One of the main ways to fix Runic Axe's weakness of running out of charges is to run Bandolier Survival Knives to get more fight actions, which is precisely what I'm doing. And then there's a bunch of normal fighter stuff here. I'm Zoey, I use my splash on Deep Knowledge to more reliably draw my weapons. And then Spectral Razor because, dear God, is that a good card in Zoey. Then coming over to the final deck, everything got upgraded. It's pretty much what you'd expect. If I have more experience than I know what to do with, which may well happen within the thick of it down the rabbit hole in an 8-campaign scenario, an 8-scenario campaign, then I'll get Fang of Tirthra. It's a very good event. But realistically, I might enter the final scenario throwing away my Refine for a random 1 experience card just to replace it with something. All of this is pretty self-explanatory to me. Runic Axe is the only one that we need to talk about. As a main fighter, you just have to take Saga. If you don't, you run out of charges. I think you still run out of charges in a 3-player campaign unless you have a fully set up Bandolier thing going on, where you're either holding 2 Runic Axes at once, or you're holding the Survival Knife in addition to the Runic Axe. But in a 2-player campaign, there's just less enemies being drawn and the bosses have less health, and I think you can get away with Saga. Script Weaver is obviously insane. If you're running Runic Axe, you want to get Script Weaver. It just doubles the value you get out of every charge. Whether that's using Inscription of the Hunt to get a free engage action, Inscription of Glory to heal or draw a card, or just taking Accuracy up here, the base one, for another +2 fist, all of them are really good. If you're running this card, you really want both Saga and Script Weaver. And then with the remaining slots, I've just picked up Hunt and Glory. I don't think anything else needs to be bought on this. You could theoretically get neither of these and take Ancient Power, but that is just a way to dump every charge you have at once and doesn't actually sound like a good thing to me. So I'll be sticking with this as my final Runic Axe. And I think that's it for deck discussion. I don't know why there are 2 Relic Hunters in this deck. That shouldn't be there. Even 1 Relic Hunter is overkill. Like, I'm fine discarding whichever one of these was in play to play the other towards the end of a scenario. Probably Hallowed Mirror, because I'll be at a low deck size and able to cycle the melodies very easily. But the 1 Relic Hunter is still overkill. I probably never buy that. Oh, and I forgot to go over the weaknesses. What weaknesses did we hit? And while we're going over that, I want to show off a fun glitch. When you build Charlie Kane decks, for some reason, Charlie Kane's card ends up inside the deck at full size. I've already fixed that. I've got a smaller one up here, but it's a very funny issue. I have a Cursed Follower as my hit on Charlie Kane. And over here in Zoey, I've got Day of Reckoning. All told, really soft weaknesses this time around. And I think that's it. I think it's just time to get into it. We're starting with a 2-doom agenda. Forced effect: when this agenda advances, move all doom to the next agenda. Our act just needs us to get 4 clues, which is coincidentally the number we start with at our location. It's 1 Shroud, but it gets +X Shroud, which is currently just +1, so it's going to go up to 2 Shroud. And anytime it runs out of clues, we add player clues back to it, starting with 4 clues, 2 for each of us. Let's do our mulligans and see what's going on, and let's get our draw 1 buttons too, otherwise I'm going to mess up on Zoey constantly. Oh, opening hand Bonnie Walsh, nice. Very nice. Do I hold Summon Hound on the assumption that I can eventually make it work? Or do I think that's too optimistic? It's definitely too optimistic. You hold both Practice Makes Perfects, right? Like, you just take the take heart and both Practice Makes Perfects. Because, like, you can Practice Makes Perfect into Perception to pass the test, Deduction to get more clues. There's too many hits for this. I would like more allies, though. But presumably, right, if I'm using Practice Makes Perfect and can hit Perception, I'm drawing with take card I've got next turn. There's just enough ways for me to get online from here. And the more cards I mulligan, the worse these Practice Makes Perfect get, so I just take 1 card. Crack the case for 2 money, not the best. Over here for Zoey, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to need to turn it all hands. All right, that's sorted out. Yeah, my deck was shuffled. This is a random order. I just happen to get both Survival Knives. Do I just go for that? Do I just say, all right, cool, we have Survival Knives and stop? We obviously don't hold Guts. But I think I might just hold the rest of this. Just play Stand Together, Knife on turn 1, and I'm set to fight forever. I might even be playing the Deep Knowledge on the Charlie, depending on how quickly he runs out of steam. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just take the knives. Every time. Cool, now I've got Bandolier when I eventually draw the Runic Axe. So there's a reason not to play the second knife immediately, to wait a little bit to do that. But probably just playing Knife. Alright, let's get to it. Charlie needs to find some clues. We're going to play Bonnie Walsh as our first action, guaranteed. Then we're going to investigate. We're going to play Practice Makes Perfect, search the top 9. Don't remember if I shuffled after I put my things back on top. Did we blank? We hit analysis and that's it? That's fine. There's always the second Practice Makes Perfect, so let's find something else. That was not exactly the hit I was looking for. All right, you have to choose between Deduction and Perception. We're currently investigating 2, 3, 4, 5 when we tap on it. So if I take Deduction, we're up 4, which against this bag is guaranteed because there are no curses yet, but I don't draw any cards. That's fine. We can get the Deep Knowledge from our partner. So I'm going to throw the Deduction in here. Up 4 just on auto-fail, man. Easy game. Add this to my hand, add that to my hand, take 2 clues. And this is in line with my experience with Charlie so far. At the start of the game, he feels pretty good. There's stuff you can do. And as I get to this last action, it's like, oh, what do I do? Thankfully, this time, the answer is I can just fail. If I get +1, I pass, unfortunately, which is a little bit awkward, because I would much rather draw 2, gain 2 than get a clue, but I mean, I can't be too upset if I pass. Should probably get my scenario cards down here. Tablet is a -1, no penalty, so awesome. Draw 2, gain 2. Deep Knowledge means I'm still online, I can keep doing stuff in the next turn, though I would like to see some more allies at some point. Deep Knowledging them now would cause them to discard a card. So we won't be playing Deep Knowledge on this turn 1. We definitely play Stand Together every time, just give both of us 2 resources. Not playing Double Knife is a hard sell. But I think there's like no enemies in the deck at the minute. I think, yeah, all the enemies basically start over here. They're not in the deck. They're not in the deck. The boss isn't in the deck. There's no enemies in the deck right now, so playing Double Knife is pointless. Charlie has the cards he needs. I'm Deep Knowledging myself. 2 curses in the bag, draw 3 every time. Well, at least I got an Ever Vigilant out of it. I mean, sure, I'll play Ever Vigilant. And then I played Tetsuo Mori for 2, Bandolier for 1, Survival Knife for 1, going down to 3 for 4 total resources. Right? 2, 4, 7, minus 3 is 4. Yeah, good. And that's it for us. No enemies on the board. Upkeep phase. Another Deep Knowledge. We're going to be putting a lot of curses in the bag and filling your hands, I guess. Top of the round, 1 of 2 Doom, and Evil cards. Pinch in Reality is a little bit rough. Wait, did I actually shuffle? Is the next card also Pinch in Reality? Yeah, no, I shuffled. This looks completely random. Damn shame. I was really hoping I could justify recalling that, but not the case. Some of the decks in Scarlet Keys don't yet start shuffled, which is why I thought about that. Anyway, Pinch in Reality, spend a clue, or choose and discard half of the non-weakness cards in your hand, rounded up. So I would have to discard 3 cards. I don't need this Crack the Case. I don't need this Emergency Cash. And the second Deep Knowledge is a little bit rough. I'd rather discard the Analysis. Why do I have 3 clues? I don't quite know how I made a stack of 3 clues, because I was copy and pasting a stack of 2 clues? There weren't clues under the place. I've got no idea how that happened. But spending a clue could cost me progression on the act this turn if I'm unlucky, so I'd rather not spend the clue. It is 2-player, right? Yeah. I'll toss the Analysis. I don't like this, but it's better than spending a clue and potentially not passing the act. I don't need the Analysis as I'm not spending clues. And what's Zoey hit? False Lead, it gains Surge. Alright, Zoey, looks like you have a job. Can you break down doors? Not really. Yeah, I've got Overpower. I've got 1 chance at +2. That's pretty terrible. Oh, man. One of the strongest things about Mark and Tony is that they're just good at this test. Because it's surprisingly hard to deal with locked doors is something I've slowly realized as we played the game more. There's just not that many cards that get you through it. I mean, yeah, we just like play Overpower and pray. That's all we've got. Thank God. Every time. All right, cool. We can pass a lot of head checks on Zoey now. That's nice, I guess. We still don't really need to be doing anything here. At 2 book, we're not passing this stuff, so I'm just going to draw some cards every single time. Normally, when we're playing off-channel, I'm in this slot, so I'm just so used to hitting my draw keys over here. Anyway, nice to see Refine, at least. Going over to Charlie, we need to do his job. Bonnie has us investigating at 4-2. I would like to do better than that. I'm going to add some curses, draw some cards. He's here. A little bit unfortunate to summon him afterwards, but oh well. Okay. Second action, I'll play Lantern. Third action, I'll investigate, and I commit Deduction, Summoned Hounds, tap Bonnie. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-2. Barely pass. You can see where my sketchiness involving Charlie comes from. I think that was 7-2, wasn't it? Am I going crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I forgot to actually use my Lantern here. In that case, there was no reason to commit Summoned Hound. There were curses in the bag, so I would keep that action as it was. So, that's 4 clues. I think we advance immediately. Yes. And this advancement means we put into play several locations. In addition, we're going to spawn the Red Gloved Man, and we're going to put his decoys wherever we want. Normal rules. This is just the introduction mechanic. So, he's got concealed players, so that's going to be 2. Flip them over, shuffle them. 1 can go here. I believe the victory locations are here and here. I think Westminster Abbey is the worthless one, so we'll do that. Now he's up here in the shadows. We advance to Agenda 2A, and forced when this agenda advances, move all Doom to the next one, so we don't reset Doom. And it looks like we don't have the Codery members in here just yet. So that'll be it for the act advancing. Enemy phase, they're all in the shadows, so upkeep phase. That's not true. There is the Cursed Follower now. He's going to add a curse to the bag. And at 5, this is starting to look pretty sketchy. We kind of need to get through this stuff. We got Art Student and Prepared for the Worst. Prepared for the Worst isn't so relevant. I've got the weapons I need, really. Art Student's wonderful. I'm glad to see that. Does Forced Effect go off? Yes. But I don't want to get clues from here. I want to get clues from victory locations. 2 of 4 Doom and Evil cards. Crypt Chill, huh? Right on time, Art Student. I haven't drawn Let Me Handle This. I can throw him a Guts and use Bonnie. And then I can move Art Student Deep Knowledge, and that'll be the whole turn. That puts me at 6 to 4. Seems worth doing to try to cycle the Guts and save the Lantern. Easy game. Double check that was correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Get out of here. Draw a card. Evil card over here. Obscuring Fog. Like I said, I don't care about this location, so it should be fine. We're going to go first on Zoey. We're going to try to deal with the Concealed card, which is going to be stabbing against 3 Shroud. I think my Survival Knife. Oh, the base ones are only +1. So I'm only up 2 here. That's not as good as I had hoped, but it's fine. Yeah, we're just stabbing at +2 then. Yeah, we got to get these out of the bag eventually. -3, but clear a curse. Looks like we're going to, no, we can still engage and kill it with a Survival Knife. Never mind. Got through it eventually. Such is life. And Charlie Kane. For Charlie Kane, I'm trying to remember which of these Shroud values is lower. I'm pretty sure Big Ben's a 4 Shroud. This is only 2. That was definitely the right choice then. After you expose a decoy here, heal 1 horror. And after you expose an enemy here, take 1 horror. Alright, fair enough. Now that I'm over here, I'm going to play my Deep Knowledge, put more curses in the bag. Such is life. I want to play my Magnifying Glass. And I am going to play my Art Students, getting a clue for free. I would like to use Art Student on a 4 Shroud location, so I guess I went to the wrong place. I should have been going to the one that was a higher Shroud. But I was stupid. That's the whole problem. I was just bad at the game. Oh well. Enemy phase, they add a curse. Bag is still terrible. 3 of 4 Doom and Evil cards. Either spend a clue or take 2 damage. We're not looking for clues right now, though. We can afford to spend this clue. I forgot to spend my initial 4 clues, but luckily I had a 5th one. Knives in the Dark goes into my play my threat area. And at the end of your turn, test 3 foot to get rid of it. If I expose a decoy, take 2 damage. That's a little bit rough. I don't really do a foot 2 test at all. And I don't have the ability to just take 2 damage every round when I expose decoys, so that's unpleasant. Alright, for Zoey, I want to stop these curses from getting in the bag any more than they already are. I'm going to play Prepared for the Worst to look for my Runic Axe. 50 chance for both. Got one of them. Actually, got both of them, which is kind of funny. Then I play the Runic Axe. Bandolier gives me the hand slots. And last action, I'm just going to engage this guy. Which should mean no curses. Yeah, at the end of the enemy phase, so as long as I kill him on my Survival Knife swing, which seems very likely, we're good. And at the end of my turn, I get to test 3 foots. Which, yeah, short of just testing and getting a +1, that's not happening. Yeah, that's not happening. At least we got a curse on the bag. That's technically an upside. That'll be Zoey. Going over to Charlie's turn, we're currently investigating at 3 base. We can boost it to 6, 7, 8. So we can get this clue very easily. I also want to get rid of that decoy, though. So I need to sort out my actions a little bit better than that. I can do Art Student on the first one to test at 5 to 2. And commit Perception for 7 to 2. To cycle this card. I have to break high trial locations. I can't just be throwing Perceptions away. I still think I can just test this at 5 with just the Art Student. And we'll be up 3 there. Base 3 plus 2 from Charlie. Easy game. Get the last clue. And then we're going to try to see what this decoy is. We're going to tap Bonnie for this one. Is this a normal investigate action? Can I use my lantern for this, actually? I don't know. Successfully investigating its location, yes. This is a generic term. I can do it with the lantern. Good. So I'm investigating at 3, 4, 5, 6 already. Bonnie ready is my other asset. 6 to 2, I'm up 4. With 2 curses in the bag, I think it's more likely that I get a huge negative number than I get an autofail. So I'm going to tap the Art Student, test 8 to 4. Or sorry, 8 to 2. 6-2? 2-2. Exactly my point. This was the red gloved man. I believe that's our objective. If we would engage him, which we would, he's going to spawn in a location and engage us. We advance. We set him aside, out of play. This decoy goes away, as does his mini. We get 2 more locations heading down, the Tower Bridge and the Tower of London. And we finally shuffle some enemies in the encounter deck. We've got 6 outsiders, 5 members of the Crimson Conspiracy. Is the encounter deck going in with it as well? Or sorry, the discard pile? It is indeed. And we skip Agenda 2. We are actually on pace. We didn't get any of the penalty agendas, so that's very nice. Now we're at 3 of 9 Doom on the next one. That was Charlie's last action? Am I sure about that? What did I do? I investigated twice. Why is my third action flipped? I'm actually going to stop the footage here and check my first action, because I'm pretty sure that I have not actually spent 3 actions this turn. After checking the footage, I can confirm that I'm at least as smart as I am dumb. I was right. When I started my investigate action, I flipped this. Then I checked the rules, came back, and flipped it again. I do have an action left on Charlie, which is obviously just to walk back and end my turn. No enemies. That's not true. This guy's still in play. He attacks. I take 1-1. Sorry about that, Tetsuo. And then I hit him with my survival knife, and he is dead. Whose weakness was this? This is Charlie's. My weakness is Day of Reckoning and Zoey. All right, so that's it for us. Upkeep phase. Leo DeLuca is wonderful to see. Let Me Handle This is also really nice. Charlie kind of sucks in the Mythos phase. If you ever pass a test, it's because you skipped everything during your turn by using Bonnie ahead of time. We're at 4 of 9 Doom and evil cards. All right, cool. Hey, Zoe, please help. Once again, no clues. False lead, gain surge. This is a very foggy location. Don't investigate here. Oh, it just fails because it's limit 1. Okay, neat. I can live with that. And apparently Charlie's not flipping. He doesn't feel like doing it. All right, so this is pretty obvious. I start by engaging over here. What do? When it engages, you look at the top part of your deck, set it aside as hollow. If not a weakness, your side is hollow. This is a big pet peeve of mine. I just wish that Hollow had rules somewhere telling you what the hell it was. Because, I mean, there should just be like a 1-paragraph box at the start that's like, Hollow is an out-of-play area referenced by other cards, shared amongst players. And you'll get to why it's shared amongst players much later when we find the cards that impact that. Anyway, we're both going to hollow a card because I have to engage this off as my first action. Oh, wait. I could have used Let Me Handle This to draw the monster. I just realized that, but I wouldn't have done that because hollowing 1 card is just not important. He's already drawn the 2 most important cards in the deck for this scenario. Next action, we're swinging with the Runic Axe. It has 3 fists. We're baseline swinging at 5-3. 2 damage kills it. I can spend another charge to be up 4 instead of up 2, and there's a lot of curses in the bag, so I feel so inclined to do that. Waste of a charge, but it's done. Oh, wait, I'm Zoe. I get a resource. I have an ability. It does stuff. There's finally enemies, which is very relevant because I now just use... Oh, wait, no, fine. Takes 2 actions. Never mind. I think I just play Emergency Cash so I can have money after I play the Refine. Seems reasonable. And that'll be Zoe. And Charlie Kane's first actions go up to Big Ben. It is 2 clues for Shroud. I remember that location correctly. I just played wrong. I should have went up there. But if I had, I might not have been able to actually reveal the Red Glove Man in time. So maybe it was the right call. That's very results-oriented. The Red Gloves Man location was random. So this is a 4-shroud 2-clue location, victory 1. As a lightning bolt, I can test foot 2 to look at a mini here. But I mean, there aren't any. I really should have went here first, back when this ability was random, or relevant rather. But it's not like I'm good at passing the test anyway. Sadly, I don't have the kind of money to play Leo DeLuca. I'm not inclined to believe gaining a resource is correct. I'm currently investigating at 3, 4, 5. So I can do Bonnie Art Student to get 1 really good test and then gain a resource so I can play Leo next turn. That actually feels pretty sensible. I'm going to investigate with my Lantern at 3, exhaust Art Student 5, exhaust Bonnie 8, ready Art Student from Bonnie, exhaust Art Student 10. Come at me, curse tokens. Aw. Well, I still get the clue. And then last action, I just gain a resource so I can play Leo next turn. There was an argument that I should have used deduction there. I'm sure there's another 4-shroud location at the very least. Oh, we needed to do a 2-foot test over here. I should have done this earlier. That's the result you expect. I was just hoping to pull curse tokens. Eventually it'll pass, but probably not. Yeah, Zoe not being able to deal with this card is a thing I hadn't considered. Maybe I should have been running Take the Initiative. No, because that doesn't work. This is the end of your turn. Oh, gross. I'm not sure there's a way to deal with this in Zoe. I need to look into that. Anyway, no enemies, upkeep phase. Perception's always wonderful to see. Beat Cop finally showed up, so once Tetsuo dies, I can get a better fist number. Is this end of turn or start of turn? At the start of each round, which is right now as we go into the agenda. 5 of 9 Doom, encounter cards, Hunting Shadow. Are we spending clues to succeed? We're spending clues. I could take 2 damage. I'm going to take 2 damage. I feel safe doing that for now. And I don't want to put it on Bonnie, even though she would survive, because my weakness could end up dealing damage to Bonnie at some point. I would much rather deal damage to her than exhaust her. She's just so valuable. Then over here for Zoe's card, we've got Scheme in red, or Conspiracy in red, rather. There are no enemies in the shadow, so I get a new one. So looking at these, I believe, yeah, it's just the Codery Agents that I can get. Doesn't matter which one I get, but because it makes me happy, I'm going to make sure I grab Codery Agent A. They've got Concealed 2 decoys, Codery Agent. Group them, flip them, shuffle them. 1 here, 1 at the objective, 1 at Charlie's location. And they've got a Doom, so we would like to deal with them. Because now we're at 6 of 9 Doom instead of 5 of 9. Alright, so I've been thinking about it a lot. Originally, I wanted to just not even try to deal with the Codery Agent because it's so awkward. This is a 6 shroud location for this one down here. This is a 4 shroud location. I'm not great at getting this clue and doing a 2-foot test. There are reasons to not want to find this guy. But because he's going to teleport to the final location as we get further into the scenario, and we have to deal with him eventually, it's best to do so. And I think the best way to do so, well, as with most things in life, the best thing to do is play Leo DeLuca immediately, because Leo DeLuca is a pretty good card. Then we're going to investigate this location. Our base value is still 3. We can go up to 4, 5, 6, 7 pretty easily. 8, 9, 10 with deduction. And the reason we're doing deduction here is because A, passing at 6 is nice, but B, we can get the clue and use our extra clue to look at the concealed mini card, so that's just very, very nice. Is that true? Wait a second. I've been thinking that's true, but... Okay, so I was thinking that I investigate the location, I get a clue, and I turn the second clue into the mini. That is actually illegal. However, I can investigate the location to find the mini and use the deduction to get a clue from the location. It works the other direction. So at the end of the day, we got to the same conclusion. What are we up? We're up 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 4. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go. Tablets. Not a... Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Anytime I see pull another token, I'm just traumatized. We pulled so many... We just ran Dream Eaters off the channel. We pulled so many Cultist into Autofail, or Cultist into Curse -4. Whenever I see this reveal another token, I just get traumatized. But pass by 4 is fine. Or -4 pass by 2 is fine. We're going to draw a card off the Perception. Hey, Milan. We're going to get this clue. We're going to reveal this. It's a decoy. That's fine. Still had to check. And then we're going to do the foot test here. Foot 2. We can go up to foot 4 with just Bonnie. Ready someone, exhaust them. Foot 5. We're only up 3. There's nothing better I can do. All right. Oh. Okay. Thank you. What are you? Ah, shit. I was really hoping that wouldn't be it, because this is a 6 shroud location. Dealing with that's kind of a hassle. I definitely can't do it this turn. I was hoping there'd be a stand together over here to give money for Milan next turn. We definitely have to move back down. We're going to deal with this next turn. It's going to be the hard way. It's going to cost us a whole turn pretty much. But we need to deal with that guy eventually anyway. And I think last action is just either draw a card or gain a money. If I'm gaining money to play Milan that takes 2 actions, that's so inefficient, I'll just draw a card and hope I hit emergency cash. That's not emergency cash. That's the burden of leadership. This is why you're not supposed to draw cards late in your turn as Charlie Kane. It's fine. We didn't need that art student. They were useless. Or that 4 damage of soak. It's fine. Alright, over here, he has to be defeated, so if I just kill him, it's not actually helpful. Like, I'm swinging at 5 here. It's just a generic fight near location, right? It doesn't specify how you fight. Yeah, it just says successfully attacking your location. So I'm going to attack once with the axe using the accuracy upgrade to attack at 4, 5, 6, 7 to 6. Oh. Let's not do that. I thought it was better than that. Gonna be honest, I don't really do a whole lot here. I'm going to play Refine and immediately mark a box on Runic Axe. For Runic Axe, the box I'll be marking, I've apparently deleted it because I don't have any upgrades yet. But I'm not marking any one-tick thing. I'm marking one of 3 ticks in Saga. So I'll just get that as a free experience at the end of the scenario. Oh, I should probably spend the resources to play Refine, though. I think I just played the Beat Cop over Tetsuo. I just need the fist. Like, sorry, Tetsuo, you're cool and all, but we have a problem, and it's called I have 4 fist base, and these numbers are pretty high. So that'll be it for us. No enemies on board, at least not that do anything. Daring is nice to see. Second Milan is not so nice to see. 7 of 9 Doom, we're fine. There are no enemies in the shadows that gain Surge, but otherwise I either get attacked or we each lose an action. How much am I getting hit for? 1? Oh no. That actually is kind of a lot because all my soak just went away and I'm at like 2 health left, but that's fine, that's fine. We have a Hallowed Mirror and nothing else to do on Zoey. We've got something else to do on Zoey. We have so much else to do on Zoey. Everyone chooses a card in their hand or play area and sets it aside out of play as a holo. And we could, instead of getting Victory 1, discard this and then get 3 holo cards added to our hands. But no, that's ridiculous. If I ever play this Milan, having one in my holo sort of sucks. Goodbye, Ravenquill. I actually can't play this Ravenquill. There's no book to attach it to, so I can't get the free experience. Like, I cannot resign with this in play currently. It doesn't work. So I'm just going to go ahead and holo that. It's completely worthless. Oh yeah, this is a peril card. I couldn't have helped anyway. Damn. If I'm worried about damage at all, getting rid of Tetsuo is reasonable. If I'm not worried about damage, I can just toss Tetsuo. And I think I'm not worried about damage. I'll toss the Tetsuo. Alright, I was starting Zoey's turn and realized this is incorrect. You don't swing first. There's currently a mini at my location, and that makes this tablet a whole lot scarier. So instead of having that be, terrible, let's have it be nothing. We're going to investigate our location, currently 3 to 4, 3 to 6. We can get 5 to 6, 8 to 6, 10 to 6. I'm kind of hoping for bigger numbers than that. We've got to do this eventually. If I fail this test, it's fine. I just have too much perception to this, unfortunately. I don't like it, but I just have to be at 10 to 6. Did I do my numbers right there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We were at 10 to 6 before. This puts me 12 to 6. There's curses in the bag. Yeah, I just have to commit perception, be up 6. -3. Perception's a little bit overkill, but it still cycles into something else. High analysis. And we reveal that this is the Codery Agent. As a reaction to them being exposed, we discard them immediately. Just immediately dead. This goes back up here. There are no enemies in the shadows, so the decoy dies too. I don't really have much interest in being here with Zoey. This place sort of sucks. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk down to the next one. Oh yeah, this is discarded. We got the Tower Bridge, and we can test Head or Book 5 to put the Trader's Gate into play. But otherwise, we could just spend 2-player clues. I think that's a trap for us because we need clues to get in there. We need Zoey to come do this 5 test. And we've got the guts to do it on a head test, maybe? No, that's just 6 to 5. Huh. This is a little bit shittier than I felt like it was going to be. And this has 2 clues on it itself. We've currently got the clues to walk in here, but I'm pretty sure you need to spend 3-player clues here. That's only got 1-player clues. Yeah, the act needs 3-player clues. So if I spend my clues here, we physically can't get to it, which is unfortunate. And my hand's looking pretty damn empty. This is the thing I feel like happens with Charlie Kane. Where I'm just like out of resources and struggling on things that shouldn't be that hard. I can investigate at 3 to 2. That's trash. I'm gaining 2 resources and playing Milan next turn. I hate doing that, but it's the best play. And anyway, the mini here is gone. The tablet is safer now. We can deal with this. We're only swinging at 6 to 4 if we're swinging for 2 damage. We're not using multiple charges to swing. That's insane. So this is a little bit sketch, but we have a survival knife. We should be able to figure this out. +2 first swing. Get bent. That's precisely why you order your turns correctly. We're going to try again. See if we can't get him finished off this turn. Easy game. There are 4 curses in this bag. I'm not a crazy person, right? Yeah, there's 4 curses down here. And I think I just swing at up 2 with the Runic Axe normally. Don't use a charge at all. Alright, cool. I guess you're just dead now. I was expecting to have to use the survival knife or something, but okay. That's what I get for playing Bandolier, I guess. That'll be my turn. I should have gained a resource when that guy engaged me. Just forgot that I'm Zoey. Oh, wait a second. What's the order of operations here? When Codery Agent is exposed, discard it. If a concealed mini is exposed, flip it to its revealed side. If it's an enemy card, that enemy is now exposed. Place the matching enemy in the shadows at that mini card's location. Yeah, this has to go to my location, right? It has to come down here and engage somebody. Because if it's not at my location yet, I can't use this reaction. So this would have spawned, engaged with Zoey, given her a resource, and then discarded. That never mattered before at all, but now that I'm playing Zoey, that interaction mattered. I didn't even think about it at the time. So that's neat, just free money that I don't need on Zoey. Anyway, our turns are done, no enemies are left, upkeep phase. Medical student, nice to have garbage to play out. Stand together, nice to have money to give to Charlie right after he no longer needs money ever again. Doom goes away, back to 7 and 9 Doom immediately. Spend a clue or take 2 damage. Well, I guess I'm spending that clue then. Shit. Not really a choice there. I can die or kill the best allies in the deck. Oh, hi again. Guess I'm taking 2 damage. Put 1 on the beat count because there's no reason not to. Okay, there's 2 clues here at 4 actions. 1's going to be Milan. 2 are going to be investigate actions. Can't play medical student this turn. So it's very possible to spend my turn efficiently. I need to be going to the Trader's Gates. What I can do is actually commit Guts to a test for Charlie. Yeah, I think that's the right play. I walk down as my first action. I play Hallowed Mirror, because Charlie's better at this than I am. And then I use the Soothing Melody I just got on Charlie. Oh, hey, nice. I did shuffle that, didn't I? Like, I just heard the sound? I guess I didn't. If I shuffled that in the video, then that was a statistical anomaly. I'm sorry. But I thought I shuffled that, and they're both still on top, so I'm just assuming I'm wrong. Anyway, we heal Charlie. We're going to do it for 2 damage. And we could heal the damage off of his guys, but there's not really a reason to. I suppose there's also not a reason not to. There's not really any direct damage coming. If he cycles his deck, he could get to a point where Bonnie Walsh and Leo end up getting killed by second weakness. That's actually still true because the horror, you just heal him for the damage. Alright, cool. This location's not that hard to investigate. Charlie, it's now your job to do the book 5 test. Oh, it's a book test. I thought this was fist head when I read it the first time. I'm just terrible at the game. I don't know what's going on with me. Anyway, first action, Milan. Easiest Milan in my life. Get him in here. Next action, we're investigating. We're at base 4-2 at this point. I'm going to try to reveal instead. I'm going to take this book 5 test. Oh, I suck at that, though. These are only for investigating. I now I'm down to base 2. Yeah, but then we go to book 4, book 6. We tap Bonnie, which is book 7, 8, 9. We ready somebody. It can be Milan. It doesn't really matter who. So now we're at 9-5, up 4. Seems pretty good. Ready an ally asset at your location. Welcome back, Bonnie. Nice. Pass by 1,000,000. We get to put into play the Trader's Gates. So this goes down here. We can just walk to it now. I need to get these clues, though, don't I? Yeah, we just need 3-player clues to spend, and I'm currently not doing great on that. I've only got 3. This thinks I have 4 clues. Do you think this is a clue? Yes, you think any token on that is a clue. Okay. Just move that down a little bit so the game stops lying to me. And now we're going to investigate at 5-2 twice. We don't really need to use anything for this, but there's no reason not to. 7-2. +1. Take my Milan money. I can't because he's already exhausted. How dare you, Charlie Kane? How fucking dare you? And then I investigate again at 4, 5, 6, 7-2. I guess the last one was 6-2 and I just messed up. 7-2, 5-2. Easy game. And I'll be taking both of these clues with my last 2 actions. Easy, easy, easy. Charlie's overperforming, I feel like. I feel like getting this early body Walsh has made this so much stronger than it would have been without it. Which is, like, Bonnie Walsh is such an important signature. You might just be hard mulliganing for Bonnie Walsh every time you play this guy. Anyway, that's us. No enemies in play. Upkeep phase. A chance encounter is here. Isn't there a dog in my discard pile? Holy shit. Wait a second. The dog's in the discard pile. We're doing it. Oh my god, that's incredible. I don't think I get to do this scenario 1. 8 of 9 Doom. We're maybe a little bit behind pace. I think we got slowed down a bit, but not too much. Discard half the cards in my hand, round it up. I don't really need this medical student or Milan, right? Like, to play this dog, I need 3 resources, and it takes up my last ally slot. So yeah, I'll just toss these. I don't need them. These are completely unnecessary. Game just sort of lagged out and didn't discard the card, though. Next card, false lead. I have no clues, gain surge. Oh, hey, look at that. I guess I'm discarding half my fucking hands. This card's brutal for fighters that don't get any clues. Gonna be honest, Charlie can handle himself. I'm gonna discard 1. I want the Vicious Blow. The Survival Knife isn't playable. Stand Together on Charlie is actually immediately letting him play the dog, so I want to do that. I don't need 2 copies of Daring, so just this stuff. Oh, wait, no, it's rounded up, isn't it? Yeah, so, oh god, why is it rounded up? It's so mean. I'm going to take this copy of Daring, actually, and toss the Guts and the Vicious Blow. Like, it sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just a little bit brutal, but I don't technically need those cards. Daring will get me through any hard fights I have, and then draw some new cards. I go first on Bonnie, then. I think because I made a new Charlie Kane deck and uploaded that after I'd already fixed this card, this isn't flipping with him, so I need to delete this and get a new one each time I build the deck, I guess. Which is a little bit annoying, because I have to shrink his card back down each play, but it's fine. Anyway, first action, Stand Together. Now I can play the dog. Second action, Walk to the Trader's Gate, because, like, what else am I doing with my time? It's a 4-shroud, 2-clue location. And it's got Test Fist 5 or Foot 5 to reveal the Tower of London, which is required for me to get into the Tower of London without spending clues. Sadly, I'm only up 1 right now. I forgot to put a charge on this Runic Axe when the round cycled over. Very important to remember to do that. It's going to look a lot worse if I forget that rule. I'm pretty sure I forgot to test Knives in the Dark last turn, but oh well. Am I just, like, drawing a card to try to get better at this test? Because testing +1 just feels like I'm wasting my time. Yeah, I'll draw a card. Every time. Hey, Vicious Blow, nice to see you again. And test Knives in the Dark. Oh. Get out of here. Nice. Alright, Charlie's going to move down, obviously. With this money, he's going to play Chance Encounter to get an ally from his discard pile, which is obviously the dog. Let's make sure I did that right. X is the cost of the card, which is 3. It's an action, not fast or anything. I moved and played that card. And Summoned Hound was not played, so I don't search for the Unbound Beast. It was put into play, legally different and flavorfully fantastic, because I'm not the guy who summoned the dog. I didn't bind the dog, I'm not an asshole, I just found a demon dog in the street and made friends with it. So I'll tap Demon Dog to investigate at 5, 6. Lantern doesn't really synergize with Demon Dog, I guess that makes sense. You use lanterns to find demon dogs, so you don't really use lanterns alongside them. Anyway, we're up to +2 base on this investigate. Do I need the money? God, no. Up to 7 to 4. There's only 2 clues here, so I think I tap Leo as well to be 9 to 4, and then I use Bonnie and somebody on the next one. -4, that's why I went up so much. I don't need the whole location, just the clues. And then I'll investigate 1 last time to test... Oh, wait, this is enough clues to complete the act already. And there's also, like, clues here that I want to get. Getting these clues is worthless. In that case, I'm going to try to do the test. I'm going to test Fist 5, which is currently 1, go up to 4, ready this, go up to 6. It's only +1, but there's no penalty tokens, right? Like, nothing bad happens when I inevitably fail. There's no squids, right? Because I'm trusting? Is that how it works? I think that's how it works. Let's just make sure I didn't mess up the bag real quick. Standard has 1 squid by default. Oh, I know what happened. I looked at the standard bag and got confused for a second because there should be a squid in there and I said I removed a cultist. But what's happening is just that at the beginning here, we trusted him. So we remove the squid and we add the cultist, or the talent rather. But I had to build the bag myself and it started with the cultist in it, so I just never added the squid. I added the tablet and removed the cultist, but it's the same thing at the end. It just confused the shit out of me for a brief moment. So yeah, there are no penalties. There are several -1s. Let's just go for it. Hey, you got it autofill eventually. It's fine. That'll be it for us. Upkeep phase, no enemies. Overpower is nice to see. Would have preferred to have that a second ago, but it would have been wasted anyway. Agenda advances. The lead investigator must decide. I forgot to say this when I started. I always do. It's Zoey. My fighters are always my lead investigators because very frequently you summon monsters engaged with them. We can either draw the Codery Agent or each take 1 damage, 1 horror. Easiest choice of my life. Enjoy your damage and horror. I guess I should put the horror on the beat comp. Like, we are starting to take an alarming amount of damage, but we've also already hit several copies of cards that deal us damage. We should be safe. Evil cards. Doors locked doesn't actually matter at all. I don't want this clue. It's not a victory location. There are no enemies in the shadows. Gain surge. Hey, look at that. Enemies in the shadows. Gonna grab 2 decoys and Codery Agent C, correct? Yes. That's a little bit annoying. We're just going to deal with that at the final location instead of going around to get them individually, though. The final location is also a 4th crowd location. It's all the same in the end. I'm going to go first with Zoey. I'm going to test 5 to 4, overpower 7 to 4. If this fails, then I'm just going to be drawing cards, I guess. Easy game. Was a little bit anxious every single time. Spectral Razor, nice to see you. We reveal this. Spawns with 2 clues, and I walk in. Actually, do I just want to swing at this first? This spawn reveal, I know it's 3 Shroud. I've got 1 action left. Oh, I'd rather not get attached for no reason. That's always good. So I'll just swing at this location. I'm swinging with the axe. Round started at a charge. Good to remember to do that. Swinging with the axe. Why do I have so much money? What are you doing, Zoey? Anyway, allow me to freak out with the controls and just be astounded by the money I have for a second. And back to the game. We're swinging with the axe, just base 6 to 4, because that's the best thing to do to get rid of this card. Oh. Neat. Cool. He's dead. But I gain a resource first. And these go away. Yeah, that was way better than walking in. That was substantially better than walking into the Tower of London and getting slapped for 1 or losing 2 money. I guess losing 2 money isn't even a penalty for Zoey, but it still says it does something, and I feel bad about it. Zoey's turn is done. I walk in on Charlie. I need to spend 6 clues. I can do it whenever I want. Oh, this isn't a victory location. I thought it was. There's only 2 victory locations here? I could have sworn this place had 5 victory. Oh, wait, there's still a location left. It's the Tower Prison. That's the issue. Zoey's falling a bit behind here. Nothing to do about that. We spend our 6 clues and advance the act. Oh, wait. Let me Control Z that. I think I had 1 less clue than that, and it's counting my fucking health token. I hope that hasn't messed me up at any point before this. Oh, it did mess me up before this, but I didn't realize what was happening, I think. Yeah, this is 5 clues. At some point earlier than this, I was like, I shouldn't have 5 clues. I should have 4, and I deleted a clue. It's because I was getting lied to by the health token. Okay, I've only got 5 clues. Never seen that before. New glitch, sorry about that. Now that I've done this, I guess I need 1 more clue, so I'll investigate. That's not how it works. It's a lightning bolt. The dog doesn't even take an action. I think I spent 1 last turn for it, like a goof. I'm going to spend this resource, actually, and just throw away the lantern. That's just better, because now it works on the dog. We're investigating at 7 to 3. I'm just done, I think. I think that's all you need to do. Yeah, like I pass at -4. And now we have 6 clues for real, and I spend them, and we advance to Act 4. We put the prison tower into play. Spawns beneath us. The red gloved man will go into the shadows. He gets the Eye of Ravens. He's got Concealed 2. And with the tower prison in play, all concealed minis go here. If we'd been behind on the concealed minigame, they would have all teleported into tower prison, but we got lucky with that last Codery Agent, so no one goes in. And that's that. Next act, we can partly the red gloved man at book or head 5 to put a resource on him, but we can only do that once we actually reveal him. Or we can just kill him. Because both of these, whether you put 3 resources on him or kill him, if you put the resources on him, you put him in the victory display, they both work. So next action, I'm going to walk down here into the final location. It is a 4 clue location with victory 1, so we need to get these clues. And I can spend clues to give +2 values on skill tests to help deal with these cards. That's neat. But for now, let's just investigate. Base value 4 to 4, up 2, up 4. That'll be 1 clue. And last action, up 3, ready this. Again, up 5. Cool. Like, fully online Charlie feels pretty good. With the core package in play, Charlie's obviously nuts. I've always been worried about the setup time on Charlie and the vulnerability to the Mythos deck. And so far, that didn't really happen in this scenario. We did also have like 3 copies of Deep Knowledge, opening hand, Bonnie Welsh, double practice makes perfect. Pretty much got all our setup done fairly early. This makes me feel a lot better about Charlie. Like, I'm definitely underestimating him. At the very least, I'm underestimating this build of him, because, like, with Charlie more than any other character, you can build him so many different ways. But this has felt pretty good so far. That's it for this round. Upkeep phase. Top of the round, we added charge to Runic Axe. Hi, Soothing Melody, good to see you. 1 of 7 Doom. I don't know why I shuffled that. I felt like I was supposed to, but that never happened. No functional difference, I just got a little bit thrown off. For each haul you set aside, I've got Take Card and Ravenquill, neither are in play or in my hand. I would discard those cards and take 1/1, but because I knew this card existed, I played around that and didn't haul my Milan. So since that doesn't work, I have to haul something in my hand, and goodbye emergency cash. Is that it? Is that the only penalty I have for playing around it? Easy game. And that's the one I wanted to draw this. Let's see what I lose. The other Runic Axe, oh no, whatever will I do? And I gain a resource that I need it for anything. Yeah, I'm going to swing at this guy as the first action of the turn because there are no minis here, no reason to order it differently. We're swinging at 4, 5, 6 to 3. I'm not going to spend a charge to pass the -2, or the -4 rather, that's crazy. He's dead. Move. Easy enough turn for Zoe, that was just pretty straightforward. Charlie, would you like to finish getting the victory? Of course he would. I'll investigate at 5 to 4 base, which goes up to 6, 7, 8 to 4. I'm up 4. Cool, I don't need to do anything else. Thanks. I'm going to investigate again at 4, 7 with Bonnie. Ready the fucking dog. Up by 3, up by 5. Cool. And then, I'm going to use the dog to investigate again against this. We're at 8 to 4. So, Bonnie Dog is pretty good. That was a decoy. Charlie, are you okay? You want to slow down a little bit? This is feeling pretty gross. I'll investigate again. We're at 4, 5, 6 to 4. Not as impressive as the last ones, but may as well give it a shot. Yeah, getting curses out is fine. Same with autofails. I might have just wasted an action. I don't know if I spent 2. It doesn't matter. I'm going to draw a card. Cool. Nice crack the case with all the clues on the map gone. No enemies are left because we just crushed the game this scenario, apparently. Soothing Melodies in case somehow anything is dangerous. 2 of 7 Doom. Evil cards. Again, that does nothing to me. I'll hollow crack the case. Technically, Art Student is equally useless, but it's kind of a semantic difference at this point. New Codery Agent slowing us down. We get B, 2 concealed minis. We add a Doom to this guy. The game lags out a little bit. Feels a lot less stable than it used to. But these go all on top of this because they're all forced to spawn here, and we're back up to 5. Alright, Charlie, keep on wrecking the game, I guess. I'm going to Lightning Bolt Investigate at 8 to 4. That is a -3, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to investigate with Bonnie Walsh, ready the dog. That's 7 to 4, 9 to 4, 7 to 4, 5 to 4, easy game. Oh. Alright then. Here you go, Zoe. You can have this guy and a money. What's the parlay test here? It is book or head 5. Zoe's just gonna kill the guy. It doesn't matter. Also, I forgot to give you a Runic Axe charge. Like, I guess I should just make sure the Doom doesn't pile up. It doesn't really feel relevant. I can punch over. For 1. It's not a big deal. He's only got 4 health. I end Charlie's turn and stop wasting time. I swing at Oh, wait, this guy does have 3 fists. Hold up, let's actually think about this guy. This guy does have 5 fists. Sorry, not 3. I have 2 copies of Daring and a Spectral Racer. Yeah, I end Charlie's turn. We'll come back to that if he somehow lives the round. We won't. We're going to use Daring, Vicious Blow, and Spectral Razor throughout this. I'll put them on the right as I use them. We're swinging baseline 5, 6 to 5. We commit a Daring, a 9 to 5. And we're using a Charge of the Axe to swing for 2. That'll be 2 damage, and I draw a card every single time. Why'd I put a resource on him? Oh, it's another Spectral Razor. I'm going to swing again with another Daring, 9 to 5. Oh, I'm sorry, I just freaked out looking at the draw 1 button not being here a second ago. Apparently, after I loaded my save, I never clicked that, and I just, like, had a minor aneurysm. Anyway, draw a card. I realize now that I shouldn't be playing, I'm glad this is Day of Reckoning. I shouldn't be playing these Darings, because that seals the star, the easiest way for me to do that, I feel like. I guess it probably, yeah, it has a button for it, that's nice. The reason this was wrong is there are 4 cards left in my deck, and yeah, one of them was Smite the Wicked. So that was just like fishing for a trauma for no reason. Shouldn't have been doing that, but he's dead. Because he only has 4 health on 2-player. So you can just go in the victory display. He's been defeated. We go over to R1. And there's no functional difference in the R1 and R2. I was doing a quick check on that. They're both mark 1 time, victory. You put the red glove man in the display if you didn't kill him. So we're looking at somebody getting the Eye of Ravens. We have the Red Glove Man and Apocalyptic Presage here. We have a 1 victory, 2 victory, 3 victory down here. For the full 5 victory in Riddles and Rain. And like, oh, disgusting performance from Charlie Kane. He crushed the clue game. There were definitely some points early on where I felt like he was running out of steam and cards and it was real awkward. And I think without opening hand Bonnie, he would have felt a lot less good. And without the late game pull of the dog, he would have felt a lot less good as well. But at the end of it, he still just sort of crushed the game this time. As much as I'm down on Charlie and I can see the weak points in the play that happened here, he did really well. And again, Runic Axe also did fine. Like, it didn't particularly impress me. It did literally nothing that a machete wouldn't have this scenario. But like, hey, it's still good. It still did its job as a functional weapon. Doing the same thing as a machete is not bad. So good job, Zoe. Good job, Runic Axe. Great job, Charlie and Dog. That was amazing. And before I upgrade my decks and go to the next video, there's a lot more to do because after this, let's mark the time. Let's make sure we never forget to do that because it's super important to stay on top of that. We mark the time. We go on to Interlude the Foundation. In the Foundation, we can either tell them about the disappearances or don't tell them about the disappearances. I'm going to go ahead and tell them I want to add tablets every time. I find they're a little bit less bad than squids. There's a lot of people I want to be on the good side of, so I'm going to be taking this as a story choice anyway. And in addition, I just want to pick the same thing every time to eventually get extra experience. 1 more tablet going into the chaos bag. Let's clear out these curses as well. And the cell told the truth to Taylor. Continuing on to Foundation 4, this gives us the introduction to traveling around the world. And more rules, and then we pick where we're going. And sometimes I'll have a lot to say. Sometimes I'm going to be doing a lot of jumps between scenarios, but this time, we go to Marrakesh. Mark 1 time, we're done. We're going straight to Dead Heat, which I was originally a bit sketched out about. I didn't know if this team could handle it, but I'm feeling a lot more confident after that showing. And you want to do Marrakesh early if you have a weak team. I feel like showing up there late is a lot less likely to go well for you. And since we're already at the next scenario, I'm going to end the video here. I've been rather incoherent. This has been the Scarlet Keys with Charlie and Zoe, and they've been crushing it so far. Here's hoping they keep it up in Dead Heat, which is going to be a bit of a trial by fire for them. If you like the video, then like, comment, subscribe. All that YouTube algorithm nonsense really does help the channel out a lot, and I do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.